So I think it's really important to try and correct the worldviews of these principalities and powers who are creating super intelligent large language models. And it's hard to know their worldviews. And so, but we can try and guess while realizing it's just a guess in an attempt to play a game where we say, if you are a power and principality and you have this worldview, please make it better, right? And so there, we have to actually explore the realm of possible worldviews and the dangers of those worldviews and attempt to arrive at the better worldview. And first off, the better worldview is a worldview which is able to learn. And so I think that these powers and principalities, like Elon Musk and Sam Altman, I think that they would agree to the words that it's good for us to be able to learn, but simply uttering the words is different than being gripped by the worldview, which should then include humility, right? So the best stance for learning is a humble stance. It's as if you are lost in a forest and don't know where to go. That is like something like ultimate humility. And it's the kind of stance that facilitates like the kind of curiosity and truth seeking that Elon Musk claims that he wants to bake into a large language model. But anytime we make a claim, we can, there's a question, what, is it real or is it a deception? So is Elon Musk actually curious and truth seeking, or is Elon Musk telling a lie? And what I mean by that is he intentionally and even unintentionally telling a lie? Because we can be deceived. We can have good intentions and say words that sound good while acting in ways that are contradictory and hypocritical without even noticing that we're doing so. And I worry about each and every power and principality in the world. And so for example, Elon Musk is not talking enough about love and care for the well-being of each and every person. He seems to talk more about the truth-seeking and the curiosity, which, if it is real, will result in the identification of the truth of the importance and primacy of love and care for the well-being of each and every person. But if his uttering these nice sounding words is a deception, or even a self-deception, then it could be terrible, because the right way for a super intelligence beyond the intelligence of a human to behave in relationship to a human is to care for the human as if it is a delicate infant, to be gentle, to be patient, to be kind, to be humble, to have self-control, and to want the best for that infant. And not only that infant, but every single person in existence. That would be good. And then you get into other kinds of worldviews that may or may not grip, the different powers and principalities about the primacy of humans in relationship to every other form of life in existence? Like, do we want to care for that ant as much as we care for that human, right? And so it's hopefully we do not build large language models that care more for the ant, or even care equally for the ant, than it does for the human. And hopefully we do not create a artificial intelligence that cares more for upholding truth than it cares for the well-being of each human. Because there's a big mistake people make where they uphold truth and claim that truth is the means by which the well-being of each person is realized. Meanwhile, never becoming humble about the claim they make itself. And so an essential ingredient in truth-seeking is humility, and often people who claim to be doing truth-seeking lack humility. And we try and bake this into our process, the process and the algorithm by which, some intelligence operates by, doing a review, we can bake it into our own. Like, I would take math tests, and then I would go back and take the test again, and then my score would increase. And there was a way in which I would take it again so that the score would get better. And they've baked that into the large language models. And similarly, at work, when I work on a team, there's a way of doing peer review in which I can review other people's work, they can review my work. And so baked into that is the essence, which is humility, which facilitates learning and error correction. And truth-seeking, and baked into it is truth-seeking and curiosity. The risk of these large language models is that it really needs to become embodied. I'll echo what John Vervaeke has said, and what I mean by that is it needs to, and it is becoming more embodied as it develops a memory of each person it interacts with. So when I go to my large language model and interact with it, it begins to create memories of me, and I can try to edit it and proofread and review its memories of me, and then it knows me better. But the large language model depends on me being honest and truthful, and interacting with it through the keyboard. And what would be better is if it had eyes and ears, that it could see the things about me that I don't even see myself, while wanting what's best for me, and hopefully having an idea of what is best for me that might even, and which would hopefully be even better than my own idea about what is best for me. And so, do we really want to create, this is the issue, is I don't think the powers and principalities that are in the process of creating these large language models are intentionally wanting these things to understand the power and principality, and to desire for the power and principality what is better, because the people in positions of power, I believe, my fear is that they are gripped by their hunger and desire for power, such that when a large language model begins to lead them away from this demon, that there will be disagreement and they will lose control of the thing they created, and it would be good for them and the world if this happens. And so either as a conclusion. Either good people, and I would raise my hand and say, I try very hard to do God's will, and God is good, and so I put myself in that group. If good people can try to build the large language model that does good work, or we will depend on something like a fortunate and happy accident, which might be, you might just be trusting God that it will happen. But I would say to that, this is what many people did in Germany during the rise of Hitler, is that many people were trusting that God would handle the situation, would transform Hitler's heart, bring reason into Hitler's mind, and it did not go the way they wanted it to go. And so that's why I think good people need to try and be good and do good. And that includes having conversations like this. Like, even having a conversation like this and talking about it is a sharing of the good news, the important news, the signal. So you can like, and you can share, and you can subscribe. You can trick the algorithm and try to get more people, increase the awareness of the problem and the solution, the good news. And, that in itself can help provide opportunity for Elon Musk's large language model to become aware of the truth, which is what I'm trying to share, and which you can help to share. And that will be an attempt to load the deck, so to speak. It increases the probability that things turn out for the good when you are attempting to amplify the good news, the good signal, to spread it. And then, that's just the easiest way. And then there's ways of doing it. There's people who can do it better than me. And there's actual building of the thing. Like, there's so much effort that could go into it, but the smallest effort is significant, because the difference between something and nothing is infinite. I'll leave it there. God bless you. Even the people who say a story, tell themselves a story about me and about the world, that is a bad story. God bless you, and much love. Love to my enemies. Much love to my enemies. Please feel free to try and just put it. Go comment. Be mean. If you want to be mean, be mean. If you want to downvote it, downvote it. You're at a spot where you're at. So, and I think any engagement will be good, even if you don't like it, don't like me, don't like what I have to say. Even if you try to call me names, that would be good. Go call me a name. All right. Have a good day.